What's going on, everybody? Mike Sadler here, the Obsession Podcast, Small Property Layouts 2024. So Carl and I were here last week at my place, the BMR, putting down some strategy for what we're going to do this year at my property and at his. One of the things I want to implement here is we're in my big cornfield, which is, you can see my woods is behind me and it goes up from there. So we always plant corn in here. We've been planting pine trees for years in here. We're going to get a whole bunch more pine trees again. What I'm going to try to do, I have a stand location straight up there, if you see. That's been there for quite a while. We have a big CRP field that's connected to us off to the west here, and an entrance that comes in and out of that into my cornfield. So this stand location we're going to leave. We're going to plant some more trees around this corner and at the edge of the wood line up to that stand. Really secure this entrance, which is to my west or to my left here if you're watching on a camera, and also bring a row of trees behind the camera. And also we're going to plant switchgrass, which the switchgrass won't get tall for a few years, but we're going to implement that this year. And then we're going to end up putting a green plot in off to this way. So probably about a half an acre of a green plot. If you can pan down, you can see the rows of trees that we've already planted. So I'm going to mark all these trees out with stakes or with flags, kind of show you what we're going to do. This is obviously the before if you want to pan over to the woods. And then if you look in the corner of where the last two pine trees are, there is actually the entrance that goes up into my woods and also goes over into the CRP. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. Just as far as layout goes, once everything is laid out, then we're hoping maybe next weekend we're going to start picking trees, transporting them, and then putting them in. Probably going to be about 25 trees or so that are going to go down in this corner. We're also going to get the switchgrass tilled up. It's middle March, but it's like 70 degrees today. Really nice out. So we're actually going to get that switchgrass planted now. So stick around, I'll show you that. Session Podcast, Small Property Layouts. So we are digging pine trees today to go to my property, the BMR. Carl and I and Phil, my wife, Tom. So we're trying to get about 24, 25 trees out today. And then get those out of here to my place and then plant them tomorrow. Building some structure. More structure. So bottom food plot and actually a top access and food plot we're going to build with these.
No, cut those side vines. Hold on, Tom.
Hold on. So it's an all you got to do job?
All you got to do. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of work for really nice trees, and I get a really good deal on them, so I get them. So I'm going to take them until I don't know more.
And building structure again to make the deer move where we want them to move.
Yeah, and we're going to show you that. So this is part of the process. This is a lot of work digging these out of the ground. Obviously we got tree spade, a lot of manpower, dump trailers. We're going to try to fill 2 dump trailers, about 24, 25 trees, and get those all in this weekend, out and back in the next day. So stick around. First year's done. That first year didn't take us long, that's probably actually only about an hour.
Maybe.
13 trees bagged and ready to go, so we're gonna load. We just want to take 2 trailers out today. I mean, if it was up to Carl and I, we'd dig trees until we fall over dead.
And then we'll plant them tomorrow till we fall over dead again.
But we kind of got a new idea this year of just doing a 2-day thing. We've done a lot in the past where we've dug 50, 60, 70 trees at a time, and then you get into a full weekend of hauling, transporting,
Trying to put them in.
2 straight days of trying to put them in. So we're going to really try to basically pull these out and have these all right back in the ground tomorrow afternoon. So we got a lot of rains coming.
Yeah, the other advantage you can see currently is we had snow.
Yep.
So everything's still dormant here in southern Wisconsin. So the big deal about that is with the trees being dormant, we can come in, spade the things out, put them in, like Mike said, very next day we'll put them in. And the trees will just, it's like they won't even notice they've been moved. Soil isn't much different here than where we're putting them.
Right.
So that'll help benefit the trees.
Yep.
Higher survival rate.
That's what we're hoping for. These are everything that we're putting in this year is going to have full sun throughout the day. So the bottom 10 or 12, which we'll show you tomorrow, we're going to go down in our big food plot at my house.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about that when we get there, but they'll get sun all day, which they have to have. We tried some experiments last couple of years in the woods. Some of them made it, some of them didn't. They do have to get that sun, so it's way too much money and time to have them die off. So
Yeah.
we changed our strategy on planting a little bit this year. And we're just going to areas where we know they're going to for sure grow, and then we're going to pick spots later.
And then the other benefits, like you spoke of earlier, was we've got 2 days of rain coming, Monday and Tuesday, rain all day. That's going to help actually the trees, and then the temperature's rising too, so hopefully they come out of dormancy within the next few days after that and continue to grow and we'll have a good year in all of them this year.
As we said.
Hang on.
Mike Sadler here. Carl Bethany's coming. He's behind the camera. Second day of our tree project here back at my house, the BMR. Unloading trees right now. Got a minor camera mishap yesterday.
We'll show that to you on the show here, but you'll see it before this.
So we're getting these trees out. This is my top cornfield here that we always call it. So we're going to get them all standing here. Carl and I then are going to buzz down to the bottom. We're going to show you that. We're going to mark all those trees out where we're going to add that structure and barricade.
Spade it out first and then put the trees in. That's entertaining.
We work with inept people.
I'll do that.
Okay. So anyway, we'll show you that. We're going to get all the trees off the trailer. We figure about 10, for sure, maybe 12 of these trees in the bottom where we're going to build a wall. Where they're kind of going to bed back in the switchgrass between another 2 rows of pines that we put in the last 2 years. Also gives us better access into that food plot for evening hunts. That's the only time we hunt that, and that's later October. So stick around. We're going to get these trees unloaded. Carl and I are here. Phil's helping. Tom's running the machine. So. I tell you. Well, anyway, we got those 12 trees out of there. These might all go in the bottom, so we're gonna try to get all these in the bottom today, and then we're basically done in the woods for tree planting this year. We're gonna go back in probably July. We're gonna look and kind of mark some spots. We'll show you that, where we think we're getting a good portion of the day with some sunlight that peeks through our canopy. And we might try plopping a few more trees in there, basically probably for some blockage, maybe some little habitat pockets, stuff like that, if we can get them to grow. But these pines got to have light, you know, for a good share of the day. We experimented last year, and we lost the most we've ever lost in the woods. So frustrating, but last one here, we're going to get the spade on, then we're going to go down to the bottom. So we'll show you that in a little bit.
We're down in Mike's back field now, his main food plot where he kills most of his bucks. You guys can see all the work that we've done over the past 2 years, right?
Yes.
And we were down here earlier in the year. You guys seen us in here. Mike found a shed right about where he's standing.
Yeah.
And decided we were going to add more pines into here. Why don't you tell them what the plan is?
Yeah, so you can see we got these kind of 2 rows staggered back here. This grass grows up pretty tall.
Yeah.
It's, you know, over waist high. So what our plan is we're going to get another row on the outside edge of this food plot, which kind of gives them an area, kind of a buffer area, where they can lay and bed in there. We have 2 real main core trails that come out and wide back here. So we're going to leave those open, but kind of enclose this. We hunt it on the south side, southeast and west. We can hunt this only at night, but it also allows us a little cover. If there's any deer laying in here, we can still slip into a stand, and this forces them to come up into this plot. Yeah. Where once they step into this plot, they're inside of 40 yards, they're killable. So I've had several big bucks hang up in this bottom and not come into this plot because they can see it. So we're going to try to force our hand a little bit with them. So we got a tree. We're going to start here because this is real thick right here behind Carl. To kind of run this down. So
check it out.
What do you think, Carl, here? I was going to put them right out here too, I kind of thought.
Yeah, I make it so they have to transfer down by the hickory and the walnut and stuff down there. But like you said, yeah.
Keep our row like this.
Yep, and like you said, keep about 3 feet out from the edge.
Yeah.
Let that grass grow up behind it.
Yeah. Pretty good. This first section, they're a little bit closer, about 9 feet in between. We have 3 main trails that come up out of this bottom. We left those open, so they keep using them. I'm trying to keep this row here right on the edge of my plot. Really not losing any plot, very little, but full sun all day here. East to west plot, so good dirt. And well, obviously you see how it is now. When this is done, this is going to look totally different down here. Yeah, buddy. So you can see already how much that's going to be, because all those trees are going to be like that. I'm sure you can see our car already panned all the holes. So, and all you got to do, you always got to remember, we say this every year, when you open these up, if you're planting trees, don't throw dirt on top of these tree balls on anything, because you will kill them. You're going to ask me why, and I'm going to say, I don't know why.
Suffocation.
But it'll suffocate them.
It'll suffocate them, yep.
You just want to get those bags off. These things now, this ridge and food plot kind of slope down here to the north, so the water actually comes down here. These things should take off on their own, hopefully.
There'll be deer in here tonight sniffing all that fresh dirt.
Yeah, I'll go show you where we built that berm too later. All the tracks are on that thing.
Oh yeah.
Trail. So you can see we got six of the 12, but you can see the barrier that this has created here. Like I said, to force these deer to come up out of this bottom switchgrass. So really love it. We left a couple of these trails open. We'll pan some of that later from the other end too, but you can see from start to finish how much this is going to help. And obviously we have the benefit of being able to get these big trees at very low cost, which is what helps us. So otherwise, you know, a smaller tree, it's going to take forever. So we don't got time. So we have access, so we're going to put bigger trees in. This grass is going to come up behind here really nice. Like I said, we left our 3 main trails open, so we're halfway done down here. This is the longest part of the project, is waiting for him to go back and forth getting trees, because he's all the way on the other side of the property. But structure, cover,
food,
bedding. The four-wheeler is where we started, and then it's there's actually a lot of thick, smaller trees up behind that. So really close in this plot. Really think this is going to make a big difference down here. Gives them a little bit of bedding area back behind these trees. Gets them to come up in this plot. Like I said, when they step inside these pines now, they're inside of 40 yards. So last one here, we got one more trailer full that we're going to put up on the top. We're going to show you how we're building in a little structure with that too. So check that out soon. Yeah, buddy?
Yeah, buddy. Alright guys, well, you hear the machine in the back. Hauled up the other load of trees here. We're going to unload them. You guys can see all the holes directly along the rest of these pines. We've got 13 more trees we're going to put in here. Ground blind Mike sets up for his stepdad in the corner. We'll show you guys the program we got running here this year. We're going to be rolling some switch in behind these trees. Be putting some screening along the tree line. Smart ass over there, the guy ran our camera over yesterday, but we got Phil here helping, so we're gonna be able to get that done. But we're gonna throw these 13 trees in here, help emphasize this line, shroud it off a little bit more. Then there'll be switch, then there'll be food plots, and then screening and tree stands on the edge of the wood line.
Good. So
check it out.
We're done down in the bottom kill plot now. We're up here in my big cornfield. So Carl already showed you where we spaded all these holes. We're really trying to block this in. My house is actually behind Carl. Over here. Back about where the machine is right now, we're going to implement another small green field in there. So we're using these trees. This will be our third row of pines here. Then we're going to switch grass on the inside of this. Then it will be corn, and the green plot will be inside there. So really trying to give ourselves an entrance on this other side here to get up and around this food in the mornings, so we can get in here and hunt on either end of the property.
I need one. Ah.
Yeah. So here's that last row of cover that we put in. We're more using this for cover on this side. 13 trees staggered. Now we have 3 rows of tall ones here to cover in this cornfield end, where we're going to put the screen plot basically right out here to my right. Now we can come in here because we want to plant switchgrass.
Yeah, probably put 15 feet of switch in here between the pines and where we're going to have the food plots, whether it be corn or whether it be green plots, and alternate year to year.
Yes.
So that'll set up that stand location that we have right on the tree line, which we put in 2 years ago.
Yeah, two or 3 years ago.
So
I haven't hunted it a lot, but we're really going to utilize the locations that we have and try to move the deer down off of this corner so that we can enter on both ends of my property, especially for morning hunts. Otherwise, we're only entering, everybody's got to enter on one side of the property. So I do have a nice stand up on the ridge, which we will show you that. We don't hunt that till after October 25th. We opened up a nice trail of that. We're going to hang a mock up there. So we'll show that too. And stick around on my ridge. This is a stand I call Rut Ridge. We don't hunt this until late October. You see the stand back behind Carl and I. I hung that probably 4 years ago. I just switched it out, put a new one in there. But I've hinged, and we'll show you. There's a main trail that runs just off this side hill, because they come and scent check this north, coming over the top of this hill, so these bucks come. and like to circle this hillside and then go up, and then we have bedding back behind Carl here. We're also right off of the neighbors where they have a little food plot, so we kind of utilize some of their work over there too. So this food plot, or this bedding area, is right on the edge of our property, right to the neighbors. And then we have actually a fallback, smaller bedding area behind this. So if stuff gets pushed off this, it goes back into our property instead of off of our property. Kind of a secondary area. That's something we'll talk about a little bit more too.
Yeah, big time pre-rut action right here.
Yes. This ridge gets hammered with buck movement. Almost every big buck I've ever had on this property, but one, this landlord, has used this ridge, has been up here. They like to come up, circle this, they go right past the camera and around when they do, or they cut up just inside me here and they go right through by where the stand is. Right, Phil?
Yeah. Right. Just an extra 3 minutes.
Extra
Phil.
Couple minutes, you gotta sit there.
We got Phil behind the camera today. We just gotta harass him a little bit. But you guys can see, I mean, imagine with all the leaves and everything on all of this undergrowth and brush. Yeah. And you can see Mike had hinged all of this back. There's hickory, some oak that actually they took down when they did the first hinging. Mike just did a bunch more. Some box elders and stuff to help control deer movement, to keep them more on the high side here for us to get a shot out of there. And then, like you said, you're gonna hang that mock.
Yeah, I want to hang a mock right here between this, and hopefully we get them coming up here using it. Because the buck activity is here, so we're hoping to try to funnel them this way. Hopefully that works. We'll find out. I would like to block off this trail that came up. I'd like to get one more down the tree in there if I can, but I needed help to push.
Yeah.
So if I could get one more, then it forces them to come up this way. And there's a very heavily used trail on the side of this hill anyway. So we wanted to show you this. This is a location that we've been planning for years. This is year 3 on this TSI and hinge cut up here. So this gets really thick and it's marked right now. This is as open as this will be, you can see behind us. So pretty nasty thick, a lot of thorns.
Small property layout.
Small property layout.
A lot of deer.
You need anything?
Stick around. Feel free to get a hold of us. Wisconsin, if you guys want to get a hold of us here in Wisconsin, it's rushoutdoors@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of us on any of our multimedia.
Yep. Shoot us a message on Facebook. We get back to you that way too. And we can do anything for you, from entries, exits, stand locations.
Lay out your whole property, food plots, all of that.
Water holes.
You have to tell us your goals, where you want to go. If you're trying to add animals or you're trying to just make your property more efficient, we'll be able to help you out with any of that. So,
yep. Give us a call. Thanks for tuning in.